This is a Royal Voice X production. Please like, subscribe, and share.
They paid for your college. They gave you $40,000. I'll tell you why that's an aberration in a second. Are aberration boomer hook blacks covering up the race? This is where corporate America gets their few black A.D.O.S people. This is where black America gets their strivers. We're going to talk numbers about where they represent. Everybody's always been talking about policing blackness, right? You can't police blackness. The data says otherwise. The data provides us a metric to have you understand there's a truth to blackness. And that truth is not somebody giving you $25,000 liquid. Let's talk about it. Let's just be real with each other. I said this the last show. Color of Wealth Report. Great work done by Professor Darity, Dark Hamilton, all across the country. They're doing it, I believe, with the Fed Reserve, different cities, and they're breaking out foreign blacks from native blacks, so we can see the numbers. Miami, the native black middle family is worth $11 liquid. Liquid meaning that's all the money they have in their account. That's what they worth. I'm not guessing here. In Boston, the middle black family was worth $8 liquid. In LA, it jumped up. It went to $200 liquid. Look, we're going to move right into question 2, because that's what we need. What I realize is that the chart I show y'all to show you the lines that show you that black people don't really have wealthy families outside of the top 2% of black families, while white people have wealthy families digging into 20% of their families, it's not enough for y'all. So I did another chart, and it roughly estimates. And you can go find it on my Twitter. It's pinned to the top. Tone Talks, TONETALKS. And the final version, I'll actually pull it into the show. What I did on this chart, it showed you the kind of wealth you're supposed to have that goes with a certain kind of dream. Let's talk about it today. So the chart shows that I broke families down into ultra elite, elite, good, average, zero wealth, and negative wealth. That's why I broke them down. Now, what's a trip is that when you look at this thing, most black people don't even know that there's supposed to be levels to it, right? They don't even know that part. So when we see this thing, what we got to start understanding is that ultra elite is roughly, I said, 6 million net worth or more. That means you got $300,000 liquid. You got $4 million in the house. You got $200,000 in the retirement account. Understand that this is ultra elite. Ultra elite is Harvard. You're talking about legacy building. See, this is the group that's talking about their great-grandchildren and how much wealth they're going to have, and they call it legacy building. They talking about a .com startup. But we got to understand the numbers. There's 83 million white homes. There's 83 million white homes again, and almost 1 million are worth 10 million or more. So what we know is maybe 1.5 million, 2 million white homes are above this level. Come on, let's get it. Or more. Elite. Elite is $1.2 million net worth or more. This is the family talking about UCLA, the top public institution. They're not talking about Harvard. They're not talking legacy building. They talking legacy building. They talking community development, meaning how can we keep the Negroes out of our neighborhoods? How do we get our own police? Understand, we talking about opening a restaurant. We're not talking .coms, just a pizza restaurant. Understand, this is the elite group. Good. And let me tell you how many white families are in that group. We know from the Federal Reserve data that 13 million white families are above 1.2 million. So from 1.2 to 6 is the elite group. This is a rough estimate. I'm telling you right now so we can talk about it. Good. Good is $500,000 or more. That family that's worth $500,000 net or more. That means that you got your house, you inherited it, or you paid it off, and it's worth the house is worth $400,000. You got $50,000 in an account. You got $50,000 in your retirement. That family's talking about University of Georgia. They're not talking about opening a business. We don't risk money like that because we don't have it. They're talking about paying off their children's student loans. They got $25,000 in their kid's student loans, and the kid is 8. That family's talking about a retirement account, a real retirement account with $125,000 in it or $100,000 in it. That's the good family. Understand that maybe 25 to 30% of the white race is above this level. Let's get it. Average. Average is the middle. The middle white family's at like 110. That means that they might be like Roseanne the Show. That family. That means their house is worth 100, but they ain't paid it off yet, but they up. They got 8,000 in an account. They got one credit card. They ain't got no college fund because the kids ain't going to college. Come on, let's talk. So what you see is that they W-2 workers. They talking about working at Uber. I want to frame this thing because you see zero wealth and negative wealth under that. Then I did a black version. And what I wanted to show you is that what I want to see just to have a representation in each group is, do you have 5% of your group in that group? That's how you get a representation in the ultra elite, good, or average. What you know by the numbers, so I can explain it to y'all one good time, is we have maybe 50,000 to or so families in the ultra elite group. That's it. That's an X. That's not. We have 20 million families. Do you have 1 million families in any of these groups? The next group is elite. We know only 340,000 families break $1.2 million, black families, from the Federal Reserve numbers. That means that we have nobody in the elite group, not any number. And if they are, they're boomers that have middle-aged children. Working age, no. Them athletes and entertainers, they shouldn't even be in your house regularly. That's how bad it is to show yourself that. Now let's move down to good, 500,000. Well, we know only 5% of black families break 350. So we don't have 5% of black families above 500. So we arguably don't have nobody in the ultra elite, or good. We're the average family down. And the only working age black families that are even in the average, let me tell it to you, is boomer hooked. That means that their parents, they professional parents most likely, caught an affirmative action wave and put them in a very lucky position, and they in the top quintile of working age black families. We're a group of, reflects in the numbers I told you earlier from the color of wealth that has no wealth. But the problem is all of our dreams are in the elite, ultra elite, and sometimes even in the good. From entrepreneurship to college.
Thank you for watching a Royal Voice X production.